Hi guys, it's Uldouz and welcome to the Uldouz Show. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Stephanie Matto and she's from 90 Day Fiancé. She's the infamous woman selling her fart jars online and making tons of money off of it. And she also has a platform called Unfiltred now, which is just amazing. I think it's the only female-owned platform, right? So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so excited to like have you on the show right now because I'm like a huge fan and I love everything that you're
Oh,
doing and you're so so original and all your ideas, they're so incredibly original that they're like a huge success. It's almost like the universe is like, wow, that's so original. We have to give her props, you know?
thank you so much. Well, I want to give props to the fart jar community because, there was an underground fart community before I came along, but I like to think that I gave them a voice.
Yeah.
I really brought them to like the forefront of everybody's mind.
Yeah.
So I gave them a voice. So I think it's really interesting. And ever since I started selling my farts, a lot of other big content creators also started selling their farts. So I don't know if you know, like Twitch streamer Amaranth, she also started selling her
Oh
farts.
my
And
God. This is like a
yeah,
huge business. Like, how much money did you make from just selling your farts?
in total, about $200,000. And
What?
that was from the beginning to the end when I was forced into retirement. And a lot of that money went into the investment of my business and to developing new features for my website. So, a lot of people think that I took that money and went on shopping sprees and like bought new things and bags and shoes, but no, it actually went into like investments and helping my site grow. So yeah.
Okay,
it wasn't all used for fun.
yeah, no, I could totally see it because you're totally like a businesswoman, and that's what I love about you. Like you take everything, like I said, it's original ideas and you like blow them up, and everybody's drawn to that because it's so original, you know? So my whole question is, how do you take a jar and like place it and then like place it on your butt and then fart into it and then like put the lid back on like real quick before the fart smell goes out?
So this is top secret information, and
Yeah.
I'm not a gatekeeper. I like to spread the knowledge with the other fartrepreneurs out there. So this is top secret information that I did keep to myself at first, but this is actually why I have rose petals in the jars.
Yeah.
I don't actually fart into the jars. I fart onto the rose petals and I kind of like wipe around the area with the rose
Wow, that's crazy.
petals so it captures the scent and it's onto that scent very, very well. And
Mhm.
then you take that fabric rose petal, you put it into the jar and you seal it up. So I think, it helps capture the scent for a longer period of time. And that is what I think makes it last the longest. I've tested it out. I had like, several versions of fart jars. And
Mhm.
this is the best one. I think this is the best method. I am the Albert Einstein of fart jars, as I like to say.
So when they actually smell it, does it smell like a fart or does it smell like a rose?
Smells like ass.
That's horrible. It's so crazy that people want to like pay so much money to smell that, like, you know, but this is such a
Yeah.
huge business. What do you think makes people want to smell farts or smell that? Like, what is it in their head that
Mm.
like turns them on with this?
Well, I think there's so many elements of it. I think, first of all, guys love butts.
Yeah.
I think, there's that. I think that people loved me on the show. I think people are fans. I think people have seen me, they've watched me, and they want the full experience. They want to be able to smell me, and it's just a sensory thing.
Yeah.
I think it's also an act of submission. So it's like, the act of spending a ludicrous amount of money on me. It's maybe a financial domination kink also. And I think a lot of these people are just loyal fans. They've been following me for a really long time. So I think any kind of business venture that I come out with, they're going to support it no matter what. Like tomorrow, if I come out with like Stephanie shaped pool floaties, they don't even have to own a pool. Like they're going to buy it.
Yeah, no, that's great. And like when you said that there's a submission thing, don't you like also like talk down to guys, like tell them what to do and go and clean their room
Yeah.
and stuff?
Oh, yeah. I have that as a part of my website as well. So, one of the features that I developed with
Yeah.
the money that I made with the fart jars is a pay per minute phone call feature.
Mhm.
And so you can charge people anywhere between $1 and $100 per minute with the phone call feature on my website.
Yeah.
And, I charge this one guy, he's been calling me for months now, $100 per minute. And he wants me to role play as his mom and scream at him to clean his room.
Oh
And
my God.
and he loves it. And it's like it's completely consensual.
Yeah.
He wants it. And like all I have to do is like every couple days, like 3-4 days, I call him and I'm just like, Brandon, go clean your room right now. You've been very, very bad. Like, pick up your shit.
Yeah.
You're grounded. And like, that's it, quick, easy, $300.
That's crazy. So he wants you to just tell him, is it maybe because he wants to be held accountable? So he actually cleans his room and like, it's also like a fetish or something.
I think it's definitely a fetish. I try not to think too much about it, you know, because I'm not a psychologist. I didn't go to school for that. So I don't even want to know what kind of fucked up shit happened in his life that made him.
Yeah. You're just like, just go and clean your damn room. Like pick up the socks. Imagine if you were married to a guy like that, and all the men that are like, oh, I don't want a whiny woman telling me to pick up my socks, and then here comes a guy that's like, yes. Like you'll never be like whiny to a guy like that.
Never. Oh my God, I'd be so stoked if I was married to a guy like that and then he paid me. Oh my God,
like imagine it's like a win-win. Like you could like whine all you want, and then on top of that he'll like pay you. Like
that'd be an ideal marriage.
You think this guy's single? We need to like go and find him.
Yeah, no, I think he's painfully single.
Oh,
I think a lot of these guys are actually very well off, and a lot of them work in like the finance field. I think that they don't have girlfriends. They don't have a lot of time to date, but they just have like these weird fetishes. They have like a little bit of free time and they just like want to get off, and like this is what they do in their spare time. They go on this website, they get their rocks off, they spend their money, and then they just go back to their 9 to 5.
Yeah. So
and what they like about it is it's discreet. It's our site, it offers privacy, and we do accept cryptocurrency, which is like another cool bonus. So like, every transaction is very, very discreet. No one has to know about it.
Well, that's good, because I was about to ask you, like, I'm like, do these guys actually like get off? Why are you telling them like, hey, go and clean your room? And they're like, oh yeah, like, or are they like, okay, I'm gonna go now, and then they hang up? Like,
oh man.
It's so funny. Like I'm just always wondering like what's going on with that, but that's funny. Yeah, like I had some like random requests before. One guy wanted me to like he sent me like a business email, like this was like a business proposal or whatever, and he was like, oh, can you like walk on snails, and basically like recorded in a business suit, like I'll just find like a bunch of snails and walk on them or something with heels. And I guess that's a fetish. I had no idea. I'm like, what?
Snails?
Yeah, I'm like, poor snails. Like,
oh my God, they kill them?
Yeah, like I guess it's like a fetish too. Like, I mean,
Oh
obviously I
God.
didn't do it, but I just thought it was so interesting. Like,
Was
what?
he
Like
from
this is
France?
yeah, I've poor snails.
Oh my
I guess they
God.
like the crushing sound or something. Like the
Ah!
yeah, yeah. But I also have one guy that asked me to like fart on a video. It was another business proposal in my like weird emails. They were like, "Can you fart for 20 minutes straight and record it?" Like, who can fart for 20 minutes straight? I mean, I think that's humanly impossible to fart for 20 minutes straight. What do you think?
Um, like, listen, as someone who has like farted more than like any human should in a day,
Yeah,
I can tell you that's not possible.
yeah,
Like, no, you cannot.
exactly. So
You
when you
can,
actually fart, like, do you have to eat certain foods so you can like ensure that you fart a lot in that day?
oh yeah, like friggin' Kodak protein bars, Kodak protein muffins. I should be sponsored by that freaking Kodak protein company at this point.
Yeah.
They
So
want they
wait,
want nothing to do with me though.
but maybe they're like, maybe that's like bad business for them to show that their protein makes you fart a lot.
Yeah, they don't want that. That's bad for their press, unfortunately.
Sorry.
So lame. Yeah.
No, but that's so funny though. But didn't you like go to the hospital for having so much gas one time?
I did. That's like actually what put me out of business was like a week, less than a week before the holidays. I was producing way too many. This is like so embarrassing, but like it became a huge viral story.
Yeah.
I was eating so much black bean salad and like taking in so many protein shakes that like one night I started having chest pains and I like at that point didn't connect the dots that it was because of that. Like I legitimately thought I was having a heart attack. So
Yeah.
I had my friend take me to the emergency room thinking that there was something wrong with me.
Mm.
But in my head, I actually thought that it was not from the protein. I thought it was because I had just started a new birth control. And I thought that I was having like a blood clot and I was having like a stroke or something.
Oh my
Like
God.
that's what was in my head. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's the new birth control. So
Yeah.
like I'm telling the doctor, I'm like, oh my God, it's the new birth control. It's the new birth control. Like you guys need to do a blood clot test right now. And he's asking me questions about my diet and all that. And he's just like, it sounds like it's the food you're eating. It sounds like gas pain. It doesn't sound like a blood clot. And like they did all the tests and everything. He did like a whole blood panel and everything. And the blood test came back and there's like, you don't have a blood clot. You probably just ate way too much protein. You're having gas pain. Like go home and take a Tums. So I went home like it was a fucking shit show. Ugh, what a
Literally,
mess.
What's so funny
Yeah.
about this is that you're like thinking you're dying and they're like, it's just gas. Like,
Yeah. But it's like really common though. I actually like looked it up online and I, was talking to the doctor about it and he was like, you have no idea how many people come into the emergency room thinking that they're having a heart attack, but it's actually like acid reflux
yeah.
or gas or like a panic attack. Like so many things can mimic a heart attack. So when he said that, I was like, okay, I feel less bad, but
Yeah.
also I still feel really embarrassed because little does this doctor know that I'm actually like at home freaking farting into jars, you know?
Yeah. He's like, well, there you
uh,
go, you know?
yeah, so embarrassing. But that's when I really decided that, okay, like I flew too close to the sun. I got a little too greedy with the fart jars. Time for me to move on from this business venture and try something new. So I went into the NFT market. I did the NFT thing for a while and that was fun. I had fun with the NFTs for a while, but now really my main focus is my platform Unfilterd, which is always going to be my main focus and trying to create a platform and environment for other creators to be able to monetize their talents, whether it be farts, whatever arts and farts they want to do,
Yeah. So basically this platform Unfiltered, what can creators do on there, and what can people that want to come to watch the creators or talk to the creators, I don't know, however it works, but like what are some of the services that you provide on there?
So we provide like ticketed live streams. So if you want to like host your own show on there and sell tickets to it, you can do that. We have the same features as like Patreon, OnlyFans have, but we have some unique ones as well, such as the pay per minute video and voice calls.
Yeah.
And then in about a week, we launch an auction feature. So it's similar to like eBay. So in about a week, I will be auctioning my last remaining fart jar on there.
Nice.
So I'll be doing that. And then the proceeds I will be donating to a charity.
Oh, that's nice. What charity is it?
I think the Be the Match Foundation, because I actually am in remission for aplastic anemia, which is a bone marrow failure disorder. So I've actually worked with Be the Match, and they help people with bone marrow failure disorders and leukemia.
Yeah.
So I will donate to them. And, and it's like the whole platform, it's really amazing. We have a lot of like reality TV stars, a lot of my fellow 90 Day cast members on there.
Yeah.
We have some YouTubers, we have some 18 and up stuff, but then we also have like fitness stuff, and it's just like a whole world of everything on there. So I set out to create this platform last year back in August, and it's quickly grown to almost 2,000 creators and 15 million visitors to the site. So it's like it's a pretty big site now, and we do so much on there.
That's amazing. And basically there's no censoring, there's no like filters and stuff like that, which basically you could talk about whatever you want, right?
Exactly. And that's why I call it unfiltered, because you never have to filter yourself on the website. You can speak your mind, you could show whatever you want, you could do anything you want on the site.
I love it. And especially right now, I feel like all of the social media platforms, they're censoring so much that you're not even allowed to like really talk about anything,
Oh my God. Yeah. Especially YouTube. Like that's like,
yeah,
that's how I feel on YouTube. Like I used to be, well, I am still on YouTube now, but I feel like I stepped away from the YouTube platform for a little while because I just felt like all of my videos are being demonetized because like every little thing I said was like strike, censored, demonetized. So I was like, I can't say anything. So, and I'm
captions, like you have to like, even if you include a caption with somebody that like, have been censored a lot, they even like find something wrong with that sometimes. It's crazy like how much they're censoring. You're just like, wait, what? Like,
like you're like afraid to say or do anything. Now I'm like a little bit more cautious and like, very selective of what I say, and I'm trying to get back into YouTube content creation, like slowly, putting my foot back into the YouTube game after like taking a long break. But it's tough, but it's good to have Unfilterd because it's like that's where I can like let loose and just do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, and then what's so great about it too is that you move all of your followers or people that love you, they're all on your own platform instead of somebody else's platform. And in the end, you don't even know what's going to happen to these platforms. So they like basically use you as a slave. And then next thing you know, they're like, we don't want you anymore. And you're pretty much done with that. So like having your own platform, you have all of their information, you could just reach out to them like, hey, I'm here now, So it's way so better, true. I think, personally,
It's so true having the security. And that's actually another reason why I created Unfiltered was like actually last year I was on OnlyFans and like within a year on OnlyFans, I had made about $1 million on the platform.
Wow.
And like, and listen, I'm a small fish on OnlyFans. Like there's girls making far more than $1 million a year. Like there's girls making that in a month. Okay. And that's like crazy. Right. And these are like adult content creators who are making that kind of money on there. And then OnlyFans announced in like August or late July that they were going to remove that kind of content from their platform without any warning. We're just going to kick off those content creators. And it's like, it's crazy that without any warning that they were just going to literally wipe their entire platform of that content.
Yeah.
And no warning, nothing. And the way that these people found out was through an article online. So that is why I created Unfilterd, was to like create a safe space for everybody and give them peace of mind knowing that they would always have a safe space to have and host their content without like this looming fear that they would ever lose their source of income to like, you know, some big giant that like didn't have their best interest at heart. So that's why I created Unfilterd, because it's a platform, you know, for creators, created by a creator. So like, I'm always going to have people's best interests at heart. I'm never going to, you know, just, you know, rip someone's income away from them. So yeah, but you know, obviously OnlyFans reversed their decision, but I feel like it's going to happen again. Like the decision will come again, because right now they're still trying to rebrand. They're still trying to, you know, change their image and bring in more like all ages type content to the platform. So it's only a matter of time that it'll happen again. So I'm always encouraging people, like, you know, keep your OnlyFans, but like come to Unfilterd, or at least go to a different platform. Don't put all your eggs into one basket, because the day will come again where they will eventually remove that content from there and you'll be left with no source of income. So
yeah, and what's so cool about you is that you know, you were a YouTube star and then you got casted on 90 Day Fiancé. So you had the social media world, but then when you got casted on 90 Day Fiancé, then basically you got the traditional world. So now you have the best of both worlds, where you have social media and the traditional. And I think personally, that's the best way to cross both markets, because if you only do social media, then you only have social media platforms as like a choice, right? And then if you only do traditional, then you don't have the social media. So then it's kind of still messed up, right? Unless you're like a big A-list movie star and you just like create an account and the next day you have like 10 million followers, you know, like, which would be so cool. But, you know, like, very rare that, you know, people are going to be that big, right? So even then, all those people, they have all of these years of work that they already created, and that's why they have a name where, you know, they can get those followers, right? So I think it's very important to have the traditional and the social media. So like, are you doing anything else to be more like in the traditional world, or are you doing more to do the social media stuff, or like how are you working all that?
I'm always trying to go back and forth and like be as diverse as I can. It's hard, you know, like I'm still very involved with the reality TV stuff. So I'm doing like pillow talk on 90 Day Fiancé. I'm still doing like little episodes and spin-offs of 90 Day stuff here and there, but I actually really prefer the social media stuff, because I feel like I have full control over it. Like I'm the one that's doing the editing and the curating of the content. But it's pretty cool knowing that despite like having this really risque image, I can still sort of be in the mainstream. And I think that's like really important for somebody who is in my industry, because it's breaking the stigma just a little bit. Like the other day I saw like Chloe Cherry, who was like a porn star technically, and she's like, she did a Versace ad and she's in Euphoria. And I'm like, oh my God, it's crazy seeing somebody who's like, you know, technically a porn star who's like doing like big mainstream things. And it's like really cool to see, you know, I'm not that level at all. And I'm not a porn star, but I'm somebody who takes risque pictures online and who like does kind of sexy stuff. So it's really interesting to see, like, you know, how a little bit of the stigma is being just a little bit, you know, it's being shattered just a little bit. And that makes me feel good, I guess.
No, I get it. I totally get it. Like, what are some of the backlashes that you got for like selling the fart drawers, or, you know, doing a little riskier stuff?
I think a lot of it has been from my family, because I'm from Czech Republic and they're very like traditional, very traditional people. So they kind of are just like, just like this.
she's not our family. Like,
Yeah. And it's like it's made its way to the news there. That's
Yeah.
how like international the fart jar story was. So like even my grandma found out, which I was like, oh God. So when my babichka called my mom one day, she's like, what is this stuff about the farts and Stephanie? I'm like, oh my God. That was a bad day. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's been so much hate, but like the way I see it is that, you know, it's just farts. Like if people are taking farts so seriously, that's on them,
Yeah.
not on me. And like I like to view the farts as you know, more than just farts, but like one of the greatest publicity campaigns of all time.
Yeah.
Right. Like I brought so much attention to my brand and to my website. And that was really important to me. Yes, it made a lot of money, but the promotion it brought to Unfilterd was invaluable. Like it was so important to me because I didn't really have much of a marketing budget. All of that went into development of the site. So, you know,
Yeah.
people are like, this girl's so dumb with her farts. And I'm like, not as dumb as you think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think they,
you know?
they assume that anyways. Like, I think, you know, when people, they look at you and you're like this beautiful woman and, you know, you have all these followers. So they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. That's why she got followers. Or she's beautiful. That's why she this. And then she's beautiful. She must not have a brain. It's always like either or, you know, from what I experienced, like people, you can either be sexy or smart, or you could like, you know,
You can't be both.
yeah, you can be both for some reason, but like men can be both. They can be everything they want, and nobody even questions it twice, you know? So that you were gonna get that anyways, just from people looking at you and they're like, oh, she's beautiful. Must not have a brain then, you know?
Yeah.
It's like
It's
stupid.
unfortunate.
Yeah, but that's so creative what you did
true.
though. Like, because I mean, more props to you, because who can sell their farts? Nobody. Like basically it'd be so hard to sell farts. Who's gonna buy farts? Like, you know, and for you to make so much money off of it and then make it into a whole business, and like now everybody's copying what you're doing. It's like so cool, you know?
So many people are copying me. It's so crazy. And it's like, and it's actually pretty funny how many people copied my story word for word. I've seen so many fart stories like come out after mine.
Yeah.
And I was like, some of these people need to hire new like PR agents because their fart stories like are so similar. Like, come on, a little bit more original.
Just like copy and paste, you know.
Literally. I'm like,
the name.
come on, add something, just a little something different to the story. Like it's literally copy and pasted my whole story.
Yeah. You're just like, wait a minute.
So lazy.
Yeah. I know. I can only imagine. You're just like, what the, you know? But
yeah,
but it's good because in a craziest way, it's like you're an inspiration to all these fart jar stories, you know?
It is. Cool. It's cute. It's cute. I thought it was cute, but at the same time, like still, come on, be a little original.
But I love the fact that you're like doing a platform for influencers or creators by a creator, because like all of the platforms, they use creators, and then once they get to a certain level, then they kind of mistreat the creators like they're nothing, and they get easily just like discarded, you know? So it's always, and like you're like, wow, I have all these followers, and they're like, now they want me to pay my own followers to see my own post. Like that makes no sense. You know?
Yeah. It's happened to me on every single platform. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten an email from every platform like, we have a new change to our terms of service.
Yeah,
okay.
We're taking more of your money, and now you also have to pay us.
Oh, great. Yeah, like can't wait.
Yeah, you're like, I've been slaving for 10 years for this shit, you know?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm serious. Like I can't tell you how many times this happened to me. So that's when I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that shit with Unfilterd no more.
Yeah, so I have another question. So this is more of a like a serious topic. I'm in the process of changing the laws against hack leak crimes of private images and videos, and having these people leak it to the internet, basically profiting from it
Mhm.
and all that kind of crazy stuff, right? So what do you think about the laws and technology? Do you think like the laws are way too outdated for technology, and do you think all of these laws need to be updated?
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. I mean, basically, someone could take your videos and host them on a website that's in a different country,
Mhm.
and you're like basically shit out of luck. There's nothing you can do. You're not protected at all,
Yeah.
and you'll be in like a criminal battle with that person for God knows how long. So, I've been in that situation myself.
Oh, you
Um,
have? Like, I
I
had no idea. I'm just like finding out. I was one of the victims of the iCloud hack leak. So that's why I'm like, we need to change the laws. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and I've been hacked. I've had my things stolen. I've had private images stolen and like put up on websites and like, oh my God, story of my life.
Wow.
And
I'm
so,
sorry that
yeah,
happened to you. I know exactly how you feel. That's why but I didn't
yeah,
know that you went through that. That I'm like finding out about it
yeah.
right now. Yeah.
So I think, yeah, something needs to be done. Like, and this was actually one of the things with Unfiltered that like we try to do is we try to protect people's content as much as possible, but
Yeah.
like there's only so much you can do with the current laws. So I'm sorry, if that's happening to you right now, because that's one of like the worst invasions of privacy that can happen to a person.
Yeah.
It's awful. So
Thank
yeah,
you. So that happened to me like 8 years ago, and it took me a long time to talk about it. But then when I finally talked about it and I thought about everything and thought about everything that I went through and how the laws are so outdated and how everybody basically gets told like don't talk about it because if you talk about it then you bring more attention to it, and then it's like a hush hush thing and everybody keeps
yeah.
profiting and winning off of it, right? So then I was like, you know what, then I'm going to talk about it because nobody else is doing it. um or it doesn't seem like a lot of people are doing it, but now I'm realizing like wow, this is a way bigger issue than what I even expected. And it triggers down to like underage girls, not just women that are adults, and like it goes on and on, all this stuff that be happening like behind
Oh my
closed
God,
doors.
it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like there's actually like I just found out yesterday that there's like a new website where like one of my cast members found her. Like it's crazy. Like
Wow.
there's so many leaks. There's so many like people having their things hacked and leaked. Like I'm finding things literally every day because like I'm in this industry.
Hmm.
There's so many girls affected by it.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like,
Yeah.
trust me when I tell you, I completely understand where you're coming from. It's such a huge issue.
Yeah.
It's so messed up and it's disgusting the people who are doing it. Like, and most of these people never get caught. They don't get caught. That's
Yeah.
the most messed up part, you know? And
Yeah.
it's literally it's theft.
It's
Like,
more than this trafficking. I didn't even realize
yeah.
that it was trafficking until it's basically they're raping you, like a digital rape and human trafficking online. Like they're sex trafficking you and profiting from it. And people don't understand that this is like a $1 billion like business, Like Pornhub, they had to delete like 80% of their content, right? And then for instance, like Google, they have a system called the fingerprint stamp system, and all these websites have it, but they just don't want to implement it because
Yeah.
everybody's profiting from it. So if you ever get a caught on a website, you have to ask for like a fingerprint stamp system, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to just even get that. But if you can, then more power to you. But
Yeah.
um like Google basically says, oh yeah, this website, for instance, the source site is in another country, so they can't even take it down, but it lives on Google, like,
Oh my God.
and they're
It's
protected by Section 230, which means that, you can't sue Google, you can't sue Facebook, you can't sue a bunch of people because they're protected under this section. So, yeah, everybody's profiting from it. That's what, like, I think a lot of these people, the people in the justice system, they're like, not really updated on technology. They're older. They're not like, aware of what's really going on, what the effects are of something like that. I think a lot of them are like, well, maybe you shouldn't have taken those pictures and this and that, but they don't understand that people are taking pictures of other people without even consent. People are getting
Yeah.
raped and then that's getting uploaded. People are underage and that's getting uploaded. This is like a major concern for everybody, not just whoever they think is in the public eye or whatever. It's like all kinds of walks of life, right? So yeah, it's crazy.
It's terrible. And that's why it's like, it's also so important for like websites such as my own and huge sites like OnlyFans to have like, specific security and moderation in place so it doesn't happen on there. Like my site, it's such a little fish in a big pond. We have the proper tools in place. We have moderation and like we don't have that many creators. So it's like that's not a problem yet. But like on a site like OnlyFans where you have millions of people, you don't know what's going on there, it's crazy to me. So yeah, we have leak protection services on my website, and like we try to protect our creators as much as we can, and we try to keep our eyes out there for like hacks and for content being leaked, and we find things on websites and we try to have it removed, but sometimes it's impossible because the content is out there on like websites that are like hosted in like Bulgaria. Like what are we supposed to do? You can't even get like in contact with the people that host this content. So it's like really unfortunate, and that like it sucks. It really does. But I've had it happen to me. I've had like my accounts hacked into, I've had my phone hacked into, I've had my Instagram, everything. Like it just sucks being a public person. It sucks being a public person. So,
yeah, same thing happened to me, like all my platforms and everything. But like what I noticed is it's not even a public eye kind of thing as much as I thought. I thought first that this only affects like people mainly in the public eye. But the more I started digging into it, it's like a lot of people in normal life, a lot of underage girls, especially like going to high school, like they're not even doing anything. So it's like, wow, this is crazy. They're like targeting underage girls more than anything. So yeah, it's a billion-dollar business basically.
That's so screwed up.
And
so
everybody's in on it.
That's pretty crazy that like through your experience, you like kind of unearthed all this other stuff going on.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the Da Vinci Code. Like I'm like finding like things, and I'm like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? Like these people are scary.
Yeah, what the hell? It's like the tip of the iceberg, and then everything below the iceberg. Like what the fuck? Yeah,
and it's like literally like everybody's in on it, and there's no laws yet, so everybody's like, okay, well, we're gonna profit as much as we need to off of this, and they don't care. But I'm sure if it was like the daughter of someone at Google, maybe then they will care, or maybe they would be like, hey, it's my daughter, let's profit from her too. Like I don't know.
Oh
like,
my god,
it's horrible. I don't know at this point. Like they must care, I think, if it's their own daughters, right? So they wouldn't even allow that to come out like that. But yeah, it's like one of those things where you just gotta like kind of explain to the senators and the governors and all the people in the justice system, and like explain what happens. And that's why I like ask everyone pretty much like, what do you think about this? And it's basically like you sharing your experience or you sharing your ideas or thoughts about it, and hopefully it will like put more pressure on them that way too.
I think it's good. You just got to keep the conversation going with people, and like through that maybe some kind of change will come about.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. But surprisingly, like I started this not too long ago, and I just like, okay, well, this is probably going to be very difficult, right? And once I started it kind of just all like fell into place where I'm like, wait, this is going kind of way smoother than what I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait a minute, like, this is pretty cool because it's actually happening. So it's little by little though, like, you go like statewide, and then eventually it's going to take on to where it goes like nationwide or whatever. So
I think that's amazing, girl. All the more power to you. I think it's like a really noble cause. And I think that like it's like I don't know anybody else that's talking about it and who's like really like representing that cause. So I think that's really important. You're going to be helping a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I would love to have you involved in everything, and then the
Yeah.
more the better. Everybody's just fighting like take everything
Sign
down.
me up.
Yeah.
Let's take them down.
Yeah, like we just like throw the fart jars on them.
Boom. Yeah. Listen, if I could take down like hackers and leakers, like leaking this type of content, I'm all on board because this like affects me. And like, this is so in line with, what I do. So
Yeah.
I'm absolutely in. I'm down to fight.
All right, cool. I love it.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you're like working on now, and like what do we have to like look forward to, and where can everybody find you and all that good stuff?
So right now, my biggest project is just working on making Unfilterd the best platform and just developing more and more features. I'm back on working on YouTube full time. I kind of stepped away for a bit just to work on reality TV, but I'm back to YouTube now full time. So you guys can find me on YouTube now every day. And I am now selling my used sheets.
Wow.
Yes.
Used sheets.
Used
So like
sheets.
how long did you use them for? And like
just a couple nights.
Or like
just like lightly slept in, just my rolled around in. Maybe I farted in them, possibly. I've been told I fart in my sleep. I can't guarantee that I did, but I probably did.
I'm pretty sure everybody farted in their sleep, That's like a common thing. And like you like do it and then you're like, oh shit, like did anyone else?
Yeah.
And then your partner is like,
yeah. Well, I sleep with 2 dogs, so they probably farted too.
Oh yeah. They're like, oh, whatever. They're so used to it,
So it's like me and 2 dogs. There's like some dog farts in there. I'm taking pre-orders right now. And so those sheets, they'll be launching soon on my Unfilterd. So I will be selling those. And then I have that auction feature coming in about a week on Unfilterd. So I will be auctioning off my last remaining fart jar.
Wow.
And yeah, so those are my big things that I'm working on right now. Yeah. And like it's summer, so hopefully I get a break from work and I can like travel maybe, because girl, I've been working so much. I'm so tired.
That's how I feel. And then keeping up with all the social media platforms is like not only a full-time job, but it's like 10 million. And then with your Unfilterd and the fart jars and like
too much. I just want to sleep. I just want to like go and lay on a beach somewhere. I'm so tired.
Me too. I just want to go to sleep like in a hotel room for like a week and then get back to it,
Too many social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Thank God I got banned from Snapchat because I don't have to worry about that anymore. Like,
but you're like on everything, right? Like
I'm on pretty much everything. I have Twitter. I forget about Twitter sometimes. Yeah, but Twitter, I'm on there.
It's weird because it's like you kind of one of those platforms that you use and then you kind of go back. But now I think like I don't know. It's like the algorithm on Twitter is kind of working for me. I don't know. It's working pretty good. So I'm like, okay, let's go with this. So you got to be on
Elon Musk bought it. So maybe it'll be fun again.
Yeah, I think so. He's like cracking jokes every day. So he must be something fun,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
And then your sheets, like how much are you selling those for?
So I think they're going to be starting at around $2,000 per sheet.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
just
good
because they take a little bit of time to make, the farts, they took a little less time. The sheets, it's like a 2-day turnaround time.
Yeah.
And, the sheets, they, the production time, the cost of the sheets themselves.
Yeah.
So they'll be a little bit pricier.
A lot of your essence in them. Like, it's like when you sleep, you like your body, like there's like particles of your body that like falls into the sheets, like, right? Like little dead
Exactly.
skin cells and stuff like that.
DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I thought about it. I was like, damn, what about my mattress? Like, I could auction that baby off for like 20K. Like, think about how much is
Yeah.
in that. Like, I'd
Oh yeah.
probably
The mattress got everything. Like the mattress is like the gods of like DNA.
Someone's gonna put that on display in their house.
Yeah. It has like all kinds of stains on them. Like
Yeah, right. Oh
particles,
God.
like bed bugs.
Oh, yeah,
Not
that
bed
thing's
bugs, but
fun.
like isn't there like little tiny insects inside of mattresses? They called dust mites or something.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
Like, ignorance is bliss. I'm just gonna pretend that my mattress is pristine and
You
there's
could just
nothing like that in
auction it
there.
off like includes with pets, you know.
Yeah.
You get a whole
Dust
zoo.
mites included. Yeah. Sub-organisms included.
What else are you thinking about selling? Have you thought about like underwear and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's obviously that stuff that's like, the cliche things, bath water, but that's all been done. And
Yeah.
I want to kind of think outside of the box because it's also about getting people's imaginations going and
Yeah.
what captures the heart.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else can you do? But I did see somebody selling their bath water like in a jar. Yeah.
That one's been done a bunch. I mean, like maybe like makeup wipes. Those would be fun.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Right?
Every time I take off my makeup, I'm like, there goes my face. And then you need two of them at least. Like,
Yeah, but you could sell those. Think about it. Instead of wasting that and putting that into a landfill somewhere because those like don't decompose.
yeah.
You could sell that. It's like recycling.
What about like selling like old like plastic cups of you drinking water out of them?
Ooh, that's actually a good one too.
Right?
See, we're saving the planet.
Yeah, we're saving the planet and then we're profiting off of it. And then like,
Amazing.
yeah, like,
Look at us.
hey, just one question though. What if like somebody commits a crime and then they place that DNA thing of you somewhere?
Oh God.
Then you're gonna be like this big criminal everywhere. Like,
I never thought of that. That's actually a valid argument there. Okay. Well,
like the DNA thing,
yeah.
maybe sage it before like
Yeah.
all the bad energy out. Like,
I never thought of that. Like now I've unlocked a new paranoia thanks to you. Thank you.
sorry.
I've actually been worried that people were going to be using like my DNA to try and clone me, but now that's a different thing I'm worried about now.
I mean, I'm sure like even if anyone took their time to like investigate you, they're like, oh, but she's selling her DNA online. That's like easily placed, right? So like,
Yeah.
I think you're good, you should
Yeah.
be completely fine. But that's like, I don't know. I've been watching too many like criminal investigation shows. So like, all of them, they have like DNA and, they do all this like CSI stuff on there. So like my mind is like, oh my God, DNA. Like that's what I like think about now.
Oh my God. What's your favorite one?
I love the ones that are like the mini series that like shows like, different things happening and you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like shows like it's like a one season kind of thing and then it's over.
Oh, okay.
But I like those because they're like very good and they're limited and then you watch them and then you wish you had more kind of thing. But obviously there's the other ones that are like the CSI and then the Law and Order. Like I was really into Law and Order for a while and then it just got too depressing. Like I was just getting angry after
Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah, that shit'll get you down. I was watching like way too many like serial killer shows for a while, and I live alone in the middle of the woods. So I was like, I have to stop watching this.
Yeah, it gets you like super paranoid, and then you'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, what was that sound?" And it's like the refrigerator making ice or something, and you're just
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, there was something! I know it!" Like they're outside, like checking all your
Yeah.
security cameras and stuff, you know.
I can't. It's detrimental to my mental health.
Yeah, I stopped watching horror movies because of that. Like horror movies, I completely just stopped because I watched The Ring like years ago in a movie theater, and I was having almost a heart attack inside of the movie theater, and I was like holding another like lady's boyfriend's arm, and I like almost crawled up on him, but it wasn't intentional. I was just literally so terrified that I was just like, oh my god, like with everybody. And then I couldn't
Oh my God.
sleep too
Yeah.
after that. Like every time the TV would turn on, I'm like, the little girl is coming out of the TV now, like it's coming.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that
So
movie's
after that,
fucked up. Yeah.
it got me all messed up in
That
the
movie is a no for me.
yeah.
That movie, I've never watched that movie. I've only seen the little girl in it. And I just knew after seeing her, I was like, I'm never going to watch that.
Isn't
It's
it
just not
crazy
worth
that
it.
they made a little girl so scary that you're just like terrified of a little girl? Like became the
I never
scariest
want to
thing.
have a child because of that, because I'm just scared of my child. Like
Yeah,
I
they
wouldn't want to give my kid a bath.
yeah, they
Like,
like flip their hair over. You're like, I'm having paranormal activities going on.
yeah, no thanks. Oh my God. Hell no. I'm too much of a wuss. Like, I'm actually surprised I live alone in the woods. Like, and I have a Ouija board in my house. Somebody bought me a Ouija board as like a joke. And
No, throw it away.
yeah, it's sitting in my library on my bookshelf.
You should sell that.
I don't even want to touch it. I actually one time used it as like a placemat for like food. But like
what?
I like ate on it, but I was like, that's it.
You ate on the Ouija board?
I ate on it. But just the
Like,
box.
what the hell?
I know, right? I ate some Chinese food on it.
Yeah. Maybe they were happy. They're like, hey, she's considerate. She's feeding us, you know?
Right? Yeah. It was some damn good Chinese food.
Right. It's so funny. But then, like, as far as you though, you say you living alone. Like, I saw online that you have found your soulmate and you found love and everything. So is that true? Like, what's going on with that?
I did. So last summer, I was talking to this French guy that I met on Tinder, and I flew out to meet him because the borders were closed, but
Yeah.
France opened up borders first. So I was like, let me go meet this guy that I've been talking for like with months for.
Yeah.
So I went to meet him and we hit it off. And then we kind of just like traveled around Europe because he couldn't come to the US because the borders were still closed. And we just started up this relationship. And yeah, we've been seeing each other for about a year now.
Wow.
And he's coming to visit again in like a month, and we're in a pretty serious relationship, but it's long distance, which sucks. He lives in Paris, I live here in Connecticut. So it's complicated, but we want to make it work. We just have to figure out how it's going to work. So
How
we'll
is
see.
that like dating someone in another country? Like, have you felt like there's any like better luck with that? Like comparing to the guys or, girls here. And then what about the people in other countries?
I hate dating American guys. No offense.
But why? Like, what is the problem? What is the difference between American and like someone abroad?
Well, I can date American girls and that's fine. For a while I was dating mostly women and I was having like okay luck, and then I kind of switched to dating guys And I've kind of like flip-flopped back and forth because I'm bisexual, but I started talking to this guy and like I was just really dead set on meeting him. And like, I don't know, there's just something about American guys. I'm not like, I don't know. The dating style here in the US and American men, the way they date, I just don't like it. They play the field too much, and I feel like they're like really commitment phobic, and it's like, I don't know. I just don't like the dating culture with men here in the United States,
Yeah.
right? And like in France, it's like I feel like men pursue you more. And I felt like he was texting me every day, and he made it really known that he was like interested in me, and there were no games, and I really liked that. And like from the day one that we met, it was just he was just into me, and that was it. He wasn't dating anybody else. He wasn't on any dating apps or anything like that. And I felt like that was really different than with any American guy I had dated.
Yeah.
So that was something I really liked.
No, that makes so much sense because I grew up in Sweden, and what I noticed when I first moved to the US was that, like in Sweden, you date someone and it's only that person and that's it. Like you're with that person,
Yeah.
and obviously you can go on a date, but then if it doesn't work out, you don't go anywhere. But if it works out, then it's just you and them, and that's it. Like there's no
Yeah.
outside dates going on, or a point where you're like, now it's official and now it's not, and all these kind of weird
You're not like juggling people, right?
yeah,
You're not like
exactly.
going on a million dates while you're like seeing that one person.
Yeah, it's weird. So then when I moved here, I had no idea that that's what people did. Like, and I thought that was kind of strange because when I like someone, I like them. That's it. Like, there's no like, oh, I'm gonna go a million other days to see if there's any better potential or any other
Mhm.
guys, that maybe I'm missing out on, and just keep exhausting myself with all these different options, right? If I like someone, I like them. And if I don't, then I don't, right? But then to find out, like, oh no, the guys here, they're like dating you and then they're going on a million other dates, and that's just the culture. And you're just like, well, what's the point? Now I don't want you anymore. Like,
Yeah. That's so much. It's like grocery shopping here with dating. It's like they just feel it's like an endless supply and they just can't make up their mind.
yeah.
And I just got really sick of it. And I was dating in New York City because like I had an apartment in New York City. And so I just got sick of it. I got sick of the Brads, Johns, Chads, and Joes. And I was just like, ugh, I can't fucking deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
And like I just was so over it at that point. And then I met this French guy, and it was just something different. And I liked the dating style better, and he treated me nicely. He was a little bit weird though. I don't know. I'm not saying French guys are perfect either because they got their own problems.
Yeah. So when you went to France, that's where you met him, or did you meet him like online?
So we like talked online for a few months, like 4 months. And then we met in person at the airport. He picked me up in Paris.
Oh
And that was
wow.
kind of that was nerve wracking. I was like, oh my God, is this going to be like that movie with, what's his name? What's that movie where that girl, his daughter gets abducted? I've got a
Oh,
special
taken.
set of, yeah, I got a certain set of skills.
Taken, not stirred. Like,
Oh my God. I was like, it's gonna be that movie. I'm gonna get taken.
oh my God. I can like, yeah, like thank God that didn't happen. But like you met this guy and now like you've been with him for like a year. I feel like another like
Yeah.
90-day fiance thing coming. Like, is that what's
Yeah.
going on?
No, no, not at all. Like that couldn't be further from the truth because honestly, this relationship is so normal and like so stable that we both agreed like we're not going to put it on reality TV. It's very private. We don't even put it on social media. Like we're very like normal, like just we keep it to ourselves. And we want to keep it that way because reality TV destroys relationships. It's all about the drama. It's all about like producers manipulating things and editing, and you
Yeah.
you you put your relationship out there for it to get torn apart and destroyed by the masses. And like, why would we want to do that with something that's so like good?
Yeah.
Right. You know, it's like the first normal, happy relationship I've ever had in my young adult life. So like, I want to just preserve it as much as I can.
I totally agree. I think if you have a personal life, you should just keep it private. Even like if you go on social media and you post the person, like people, they come and they say stuff and they want to get involved to just try to ruin things, you know? So I don't even go public with anybody that I date. Like that's like a thing with me. I'm like, I'm not gonna go public because I know how people are and they just want to destroy stuff, right? So like, no thanks. Private is private, you know?
Exactly.
That's good that you're doing that.
Absolutely. I'm so tired of like producers twisting things and like, and I've already done it for like 2 years of my life, you know,
Yeah.
and I had that fun. I had that experience. No more.
Yeah. So like right now you're in Connecticut, but like are you planning on coming to LA or anything?
I was in LA. When was I last in LA? I was in LA like a few months ago, but I'm always like back and forth. I'm always coming to visit. I'll be back out there, I think,
Yeah.
eventually.
I might come out
But
to New York. We gotta go and
yeah.
hang out and you gotta show me like all your
Yeah,
little
you
tricks.
should. Oh my God, come to New York. I'll like, I'm always out in LA randomly for like
Yeah.
some random thing, event or project or something.
Yeah.
So we should definitely meet up.
I'll be like, hey, show me how to do the fart jars.
Yes. Oh my God, definitely. I would love to.
I'm gonna like brainstorm other ideas too for you. I'm like, maybe you could sell this, you know? Oh, you know what you
Please
should
do.
sell? You know when you get those like pedicures and you put your feet in them? You should sell those like little flip-flops that those like nail
Stop. Really? Yes. Oh my God.
and all the foot fetish guys will love that too because then they're like, oh, her feet was in this, you know, and then you walk around in it too. So it's like
That's freaking brilliant. That's actually such a freaking good idea.
yeah.
That's so good. Yes.
Well, you can have it and do whatever you want. Like
That's such a good idea. Yes, I'm doing that. I'm going to. I'm literally going to do that. I'm dead ass doing that.
Yeah, and you just go and get your nails done like every day or like your feet, you know, pedicures. And then you could take a picture of it and then you sell the picture like, oh my God, look at my little flip-flops
Yes.
stuff.
That's amazing. I freaking love it. I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
See, I'm not really big in the foot fetish game, but I think I need to like get into it or something.
Yeah, the foot fetish, that's where everything is at, apparently, you know. People like
Yeah.
zoom in on my feet and everything, and I'm like try to hide my toes, like you know.
Oh my God. Yeah, don't give it away for free.
Yeah, I'm like, no, like no.
They gotta pay.
Business.
Yeah, right. Make them pay.
Yeah, right. But if you think about it, those like pedicure places, they give that to you for free. So literally like you won't be like paying anything except for selling
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
I might just like buy them like in bulk on Amazon and like just start wearing them around the house and then I'll sell them on
you totally
Unfilterd.
do that. Yeah, why not? And then also
Yeah.
get them on like Alibaba.com.
Yeah.
Get them
I'm
like
so doing it.
and they're from China. I mean, what a better place than to get like those flip-flops, you know?
It's
Like
a great idea. I'm so like I've been like looking for something odd and that's like weird, but it's also like, yeah, it makes sense. Why wouldn't someone want that? That's a great idea.
yeah. So see, I'm gonna get on your platform and we can like brainstorm
Yes.
stuff.
Oh my God, you should. Hey, if you want to join my platform, you don't even have to do sexy stuff. You could just come on there and just, I don't know, sell pictures of your beautiful face, sell the makeup wipes.
All right, yeah, that's a good idea. So what's
The
the
cycle.
percentage? What's the percentage that like the creators get and the platform gets? Is it like OnlyFans or
So we actually take less. We
Yeah.
only take a 15% cut of your earnings, whereas OnlyFans takes 20%.
Oh yeah.
And we also have a really cool referral program. So if you refer other creators, you get a 5% cut of their earnings for life, no cap on it ever.
Wow.
And any fan that joins through your link, you make 1% of their purchases for the first 180 days that they're on the platform. And yeah, I mean, there's lots of things you could do. You could do ticketed live streams. So,
Nice.
you know, if you ever want to do like a live event, live show, sell tickets to it in advance. There is like an all ages section of the site. So, you know, like if you didn't want to do like the sexier stuff, you could just do like the non-explicit side of the site as well. So, you know, there's options, there's stuff there. We'd love to have you. We would. So I'm definitely consider it.
Like,
yeah.
This is the new business venture, you know, like
yeah.
I'm gonna be like your advisor. I'm like, like let's sell this.
I love it.
I love it because you're so creative and I'm creative, and together we could just be crazy and creative, you know, like I love it.
Oh my God. Just like write a list of random business ideas and just roll with it.
What about like nail clippings? Is that like a voodoo thing or something? I don't know. Maybe that's too much.
I think that is a voodoo thing. I'm actually going to New Orleans. New Orleans? Is it New Orleans or New Orleans? I'm going there next month. New Orleans.
New Orleans. Yeah.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. I'm going next month. I'm so excited. Yeah. So I'll report back if it's a voodoo thing. If I see any of those nail clippings there, I'll let you know.
What if they're like doing voodoo with your nail clippings? That wouldn't end up really good.
Or I don't know, maybe there's someone doing voodoo with my farts. Who knows?
I don't think so, because like the fart evaporates after a while, doesn't it? Like, no, it doesn't. You said it smells like ass.
Yeah, there's definitely my ass particles in there, and they're going to be there for a while. And I'm pretty sure that's why my IBS has been acting up, because there's someone been doing voodoo on the fart jars for sure.
Oh my God. No. Like, well, I guess peeing in the jar will be out of the window then.
Oh yeah, no pee in the jar, no poop in the jar, because that's illegal, I think.
I saw somebody that like sells their poop in the jar, but like I think on a Q-tip or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there was some stuff in the news. There was a lot of stuff in the news. I don't try not to read too much of it. I try not to read the news anymore.
All right. Well, I love you, girl. Like, you're amazing. Like, I think it's so cool. Like, I think you're a huge inspiration, because it's like so different and so creative. And then also you're a businesswoman. You're doing like all of these great things, the platform. I mean, I've been wanting to have my own platform forever, but I'm like dealing with the whole like app stores and stuff, and they take 30% and all this other stuff. So the really good way will be like a website. So I think you're doing all of that. So it's amazing, you know.
Thank
you.
The
fart jars, creative, the nail clippings, hopefully like something else that's not voodoo related.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
Yeah, but the flip-flops, I think, you know.
that's gonna be a winner. I think the flip-flops are definitely my next step.
Yeah, and the sheets, that's a good idea. But I love what you're doing. I love everything about it. So let's talk about the Unfilterd, you and me, and the flip-flops and whatever else. But I want to thank you so much for doing the show with me and taking the time and talking about all this cool stuff. And yeah, and everybody go and follow Stephanie and check out her fart jars, check out her Unfilterd website and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and you name it, all of the platforms, TikTok and everything. I'll have all of her links in the description so you could just easily follow her.
Awesome. Thanks, girl. It was so fun.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. I appreciate your time. And just stay on the line for a little bit, but everybody else, I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.